We're going to look at these 4 different graphs, and we're going to interpret what's going on. And one thing that's really important in each situation is to understand that we need to pay attention to what are we measuring. So in this case, you can see for each graph, we're measuring John's height. So we got to think about what is the meaning of this graph in the context of John's height. And these are the basic ideas we need to know. So if you see, and again, remember, when we're reading a graph, it's from left to right. So when we read from left to right, you can see that it's increasing. So this is the increasing. We consider this a flat line, horizontal line, to be the same, right? There's no change. That's what that means. There's nothing is changing. So it's like, think of it like a zero slope. This is like a positive slope, we can call it. And then from left to right, you can see this is decreasing. So this is a negative slope. And in this case, it's telling us whatever we're talking about is decreasing. So those are the 3 things we got to look at. So we have an increase, no change, right? It stays the same. And then here, decreasing. But now we got to put it into context. So in this case here, we know that everything is staying the same. So what does it tell me about John's height? That means that John is not growing. So John is not growing in this case here because the height stays the same. And if your height stays the same, that means you're not growing. All right, for this next one, John's height. You can see this is a decreasing slope. So you can see John's height is decreasing. He's getting shorter. How is he getting shorter? I have no idea. Sometimes it doesn't make sense to me. Maybe he's getting older and he's starting to get a hunchback. But we just know that in this case, the context, his height is decreasing. And you can see in this one, what do we know about John's height? This is an increasing slope. It's increasing from left to right. So that's telling me that his height is he's getting taller. So it's increasing. And then this one, you got to be careful with this one, John's height. You can see that it's saying that in this specific instance of time, he had all these different heights, which doesn't make sense. So this one is actually an undefined situation. So we say undefined, because John cannot have different heights at the same time. So let's say this was like exactly at 1 year. So at 1 year, let's say they're saying that we're having all these different heights, which doesn't make sense. So this one is undefined. It makes no sense for John to have different heights at the same time.